Hi there, it's Robin. Today I am thinking about how liminal is one of my very favorite words. The first reason for that is very simple. I just love the way the word sounds and feels in your mouth when you say it. It's so rounded and full and just has so much potential. But I also just adore the meaning of the word liminal and some of the concepts around it. So, liminal means in between, it's at the border of one state and another. And this could be considered sort of a threshold or a doorway into a new experience. The transitions that we're thinking about moving between could be physical in nature, so moving from one location to another, from one room to another. We're very familiar with big life transitions that are common in the human lifespan: birth and death, childhood and adulthood, childhood and adolescence. Maybe we're in school and we graduate. We are single, then we're married. So we know there are just tons and tons of these transitions. Most of us have learned to move through the physical transitions in the world, moving from one room to the next or one city to the next. They're still a little stressful in some cases, but they're so common that we sort of think we know how to move through those. There are other transitions that are more emotional or internal that are harder to move between. The biggest one is life and death, and there are many others in between. There are so many transitions in life, large and small, that we stand in the liminal a lot, you and I. We are often poised on the precipice of one thing and waiting for the next thing to happen. Some of those transitions are anticipated or known. They're based on choices that we made or things that are happening in our lives. And so we kind of know they're coming. Some of those are still hard, but the fact that we know and we can think through that helps us navigate those just a little bit. The unexpected transitions, the unasked for, the ones that just arrive on our doorstep and there's nothing we can do about those are really hard for most people to navigate. We move from one thing to another all the time, before and after, young and old, yes and no, well and sick, alone or belonging, chaos and structure. We swim every day, all the time, between our inner and outer worlds. We need something to carry us more gently between these two states, to sustain us and quiet our fears as we stand in the liminal spaces. I envision it in my mind as a boat because I can see it riding atop the waves, buoyant and unfazed. No matter how wild the ocean gets below it, the boat manages to stay afloat. For me, this vessel, the boat that I float on, that I ride in, it's knowledge. Knowledge is instrumental for me because no one can take that away from me. It doesn't cost money necessarily. I mean, you can pay for classes, but really, most knowledge is out there for the taking. You just need to identify a focus and then take the responsibility to dive into that topic. The knowledge that I seek and that builds that strong boat around me is awareness and knowledge of myself and of the world. Every single day when I get up and go about my life, bits of information are coming to me: knowledge, sparks of inspiration, facts, and just bits and pieces. They're coming at us all the time. But for me, if I don't take the time to intentionally go inward, quiet my mind, and begin to sort through all of these tiny pieces and make sense of them, they're not yet knowledge. They're just a bombardment of tiny bits and pieces. And so the boat that I use to traverse these liminal spaces is knowledge that I assimilate and process using quiet time, reading, writing, painting, creating, thinking. These are the things that help me navigate more easily those in betweens. I hope that you know what your vessel is, whether it's a boat like mine, or a parachute, or an old fashioned train chugging down the tracks. I hope you know what you need to help yourself understand, accept, and navigate the transitions in life, and quiet some of your anxiety or fear when you do stand in a liminal space. The uncertainty of a liminal space can be unnerving, but guess what? It's coupled much of the time with incredible possibility about the future and about the next step. Exploring these things can help you traverse this territory. I hope that you have found your vessel to carry you across these spaces and that it carries you safely to the other side, wherever that might take you. Thank you so much for spending time with me today, and I will see you next time.